Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Diana Emerson today. We're listening to
Hey Sam, it's Julie.
Vinyl Curtain.
Sam.
On a Saturday night in Costa Mesa, California, former Marine Steve Herr is beside himself with worry.
Sam! Hey Sam, it's Dad!
He's repeatedly tried to call his son Sam, and he hasn't been able to reach him. So he was panicked, concerned, emotional.
Over the past 24 hours, he's left frequent messages for his 26-year-old son, a local college student and former soldier himself. But Sam, who always calls back right away, has gone radio silent.
Sam? Hey Sam!
God, he could see blood and he knew something obviously horrible had happened.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a body in my son's apartment. I don't know what's going on here. You gotta send somebody quick.
911 dispatchers send police racing to the crime scene.
I remember it being just warm and still. All of your senses are on high alert. You're trying to hear anyone that might be hiding. This was definitely one of the hardest scenes I've walked into. The way that she was positioned, you're wondering, was she assaulted sexually?
All right, get this on lockdown. Call CSI.
She had one gunshot wound to the side of her head. And there was a message on her sweater said, "All yours, you." Was the message intended for us, the police department, or was it intended for someone else?
Sam has no roommate, and his girlfriend lives 6,000 miles away in Germany, so it's not immediately clear who the young woman is.
We found a woman's purse on the counter.
Where else?
Inside the purse, there's a driver's license that IDs the victim as 23-year-old Julie Kabuishi.
At that point, we didn't know what we had. We didn't know what Sam's involvement was. And the apartment didn't really show scenes of a struggle or a fight. At that point, Julie's cell phone was blowing up, vibrating, just going on and on.
It was sad to hear someone trying to get a hold of the victim that was never going to answer that phone again.
Sam Herr's checkbook, his phone, his wallet, all his personal items were missing.
Sam's car has vanished too.
Sir, we searched the entire apartment. We couldn't find anything. You have any idea where your son might be?
Look, we're close. If there was a problem, he would have come to me. So how's civilian life treating you? Feeling okay?
It's been hard. I'm not gonna lie. not having as much structure, it's been difficult.
Sam grew up in the Los Angeles area. He was the only child, and after high school, he joined the U.S. Army and was deployed to Afghanistan. He did his time and came back to the U.S.
Sam was very close with his parents, Raquel and Steve. Had a great relationship with them and would see them often.
I know where you're at. Gets back. Proud of you, son. This has nothing to do with him. Well, we would love to rule your son out, but we found this in his apartment.
When we searched the apartment, we found a magazine to an assault rifle. So we weren't sure what type of weapons he had.
You have any idea where he might have gotten this? Look, like I said before, he was in the military. He never told me anything about owning a gun.
Based on some information in his background, the military, him being missing, our focus was on Sam, and we believe Sam had killed Julie.
Detectives next bring in Julie's older brother, Taka, and her mother to get more information about her relationship with Sam.
We called you into the station today because of your daughter, Julie.
I don't think any training in the world can help explain to somebody that their child has passed away.
This is a mistake.
At first, there's a shock. They want to know what happened, and then just to you can see the grief.
At some point, you see these and you get callous, but yeah, it's hard not to affect you.
I know how difficult this is for you. Julie was found in an apartment, rented under the name Sam Her.
This doesn't make any sense. Sam?
Was Julie friends with Sam?
Yeah, they were friends. Okay, Dad. I'll see you later, okay?
Sam lived in a large apartment complex. A lot of college students from UCI, Orange Coast College.
Hey, Sam, grab me something diet, would ya?
Julie, can I get you something while I'm up?
Julie and Sam had met at Orange Coast College.
She was a tutor. That's how she met Sam. She was helping him with his studies.
Nice try with the stalling. We need to get started on our study session here pretty quick.
Okay.
Sam and Julie never dated. They were both seeing other people at the time. Julie spoke highly of him as friends, and she mentioned it many times when her and I hung out.
I'm officially done.
Uh-uh.
All right, snacks. In chapter 2, I promise.
Okay. Julie to him was a little sister that was very smart and very compassionate and willing to help him.
Hey, this shop's new. She's really pretty.
Yeah, she is.
After Sam finished his tour in Afghanistan, he was sent to Germany and he met Katerina and fell in love with her. It was literally like the fairy tale.
Long distance is tough. Can't wait to see her again.
Julie was equally in love with her boyfriend Mark, who she met through an online dating site.
When me and Julie first met, I was in Japan at the time. She was in California. We had an instant connection. The first time we talked, we were on video chat with each other for 22 hours and both ended up falling asleep. I was looking to transfer into Camp Pendleton in California, and we'd be able to see how our relationship developed.
I know how difficult this must be for you, but when was the last time that you saw Julie?
I just saw her in my apartment. I'm getting married. She's supposed to be part of the wedding. It's my fiance, and I just told her.
Oh, one sec, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I have a minor emergency. I'll see you tomorrow.
She said she was going to stop at Sam's on the way home because she just really needed a friend at the time.
Hey, Sam? It's Julie. I'm here.
Julie was positioned in a way on the bed which led us to believe that she was sexually assaulted, and the text messages added to our suspicion. One text message in particular that said, "No sex." Initially, when we started our investigation, we didn't know what the relationship was. We thought that, yes, it was a possibility it was a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, and everyone we talked to said, hey, they were like brother and sister. So we found that unusual.
Was Sam hoping for more from their relationship? Then got violent when he didn't get his wish.
With the writing on the back of her sweater, the positioning of her body, Sam's prior military experience, possible gunshot wound to the head, we thought, is this a love triangle?
Fearing they may have a murderer on their hands, detectives issue an APB for the former soldier and his Pontiac Grand Am.
Based on text messages, it looked like he's luring her to the apartment.
To find out the true nature of Sam and Julie's relationship, detectives return to the apartment complex, where they speak with Sam's friend, Dan Wozniak.
Hey, let's go. Hey, can I ask you a few questions? Yeah, real quick. Sure. When was the last time that you saw Julie?
Oh, God. It's awful. I haven't seen her in a few days.
You notice anything unusual about her demeanor?
No, not with Julie. Sam was acting a little weird, though.
Weird how?
Well, I mean, look, I don't want to get him in trouble.
We're just talking here. What did you say?
Outside, on the street, I saw him talking with some guy I'd never seen him with before. I didn't get a good look at him. He was dressed all in black. He was even wearing a black cap.
Thank you very much.
We canvassed the surrounding apartments.
When was the last time that you saw Sam?
Last Friday?
Did you see anything unusual?
No, it was at class.
No one really had anything other than Dan Wozniak indicated Sam was last seen with this unknown male subject.
Back at the office, detectives check to see if Sam had a record and find something that confirms their worst fears.
Everett.
Not here.
Sam was once accused of murder himself.
Looks like a gunshot wound.
Costa Mesa detectives believe Sam Herr is on the run after killing his good friend, Julie Kaibuishi, in a fit of rage.
Costa Mesa did an immediate background check on Sam Herr because the body was found in his apartment. And they soon found out that he did in fact have a past.
In his early years, before he joined the Army, Sam had gotten in some trouble with a group of people.
Sam was friendly with a local gang and was accused of luring a rival gang member into a deadly ambush.
Elwick. Stop.
Sam claimed he had no idea what was going to happen and had no part in the murder itself.
He was acquitted of any charges, but, it did factor into our belief that he was involved with Julie's murder.
How's it going, Steve? How you doing? A few things popped up that we just hope you can clear up for us. Sam's previous arrest regarding a murder.
Well, that was never proven, all right? Jury disappears exonerated.
For the parents, it was devastating to imagine that their son was now potentially a suspect in this murder. I mean, they had lived through the trial of his son in the past, and that was just brutal and painful. And he was exonerated, and now here he is again a suspect in another murder. This was something that was just pulling the Band-Aid off a very near and close wound that never healed for them in the first place.
Steve Herr assured us that his son had nothing to do with this. We didn't really believe that because that's a natural reaction of parents.
Steve does admit that his son's time in combat has left some lingering issues.
Encouragement, please. My goodness. Okay, now, close. Come on. Okay.
Sam fought for our country and had horrific bouts of PTSD.
Oh, come on.
Some of his friends actually felt very protective of him for that reason.
Anything? Thank yourself. You good?
All right, I'm sorry. After being deployed in Afghanistan and then coming home, we all have a past. We all do.
In the past 24 hours since Julie's death, there's been no sign of Sam anywhere. His car hasn't been spotted, and his cell phone hasn't pinged.
See if the phone company had any luck tracing his cell. Because maybe he slipped up. Now it's back on.
Hi, this is Detective Morales from the Costa Mesa Police Department. I'd like to run a trace on a cell.
Here is the autopsy file on Julie Kabuishi.
Thank you.
What do we got?
Julie was shot in the head twice.
The weapon used was a .32 caliber, not a match to the magazine found in Sam's apartment.
We learned that there was a second gunshot wound to the back of the head, which we could not see because of the hair.
And she wasn't raped.
When the coroner indicated there was no sexual assault, that was a huge red flag because this crime scene was staged to lead us to believe that there was sexual assault. I've never seen a homicide scene that was staged like this.
So what was it about the victim, Julie, that could have spurred such calculated hatred?
I don't think we ever spoke to anybody that mentioned anything negative about the kind of person she was.
It fits perfectly, as if you made it for me. Oh, it looks so good on you. Really? You think so? I love it. Yeah. Here, let's see it with the shoes, yeah? Give us a twirl.
Julie was a warm, compassionate girl who was always there for people. She was a very creative person.
Oh, God, it's so beautiful.
She had a great eye for pop culture and wanted to become a designer and always was creating outfits and drawing and had ideas and sketches for things.
This dress is mine now. I'm never taking it off.
Everyone loved her that knew her. She was someone you wanted to be around.
You want to take it off, though, so I can make some adjustments? Not a chance. I'm never taking it off. It's mine now. Come on, let's make it perfect. Fine. Yes. Ugh.
While police analyzed the coroner's report, the first person to report Julie dead, Sam's father, Steve, has decided to do some digging on his own.
Steve's only ability to find peace is through finding out the truth of what really happened to his son and his friend Julie.
Detective Everett, it's Steve Herr. How are you, Steve?
I've been doing a little investigation. My son and I have joint accounts. The ATM card is being used.
Detectives in the Julie Kabuishi murder investigation are in urgent pursuit of her good friend and lead suspect, Sam Herr. 48 hours into the investigation, they get a hot tip from Sam's father.
Steve Herr came to the conclusion that his son's ATM card was being used in the Long Beach area.
$400 withdrawals every day since Sam went missing. And this could be anyone right here. And they're obviously trying to disguise their identity.
The withdrawals have all been made since Julie was killed.
Bank security emailed us photographs of the person doing the withdrawals. We didn't know what to make of it.
The person in the security photos is clearly not Sam Herr. Later that evening, a new charge rings up on the account.
This is Detective Morales from the Costa Mesa PD. I need an address on a recent pizza order under the name Sam Herr. Thank you. We got him.
When detectives ask the pizza shop for the delivery address, they make another surprising discovery.
The pizza place told us that the name for the purchase with the pizza wasn't Sam Herr. It was a kid named Wesley Freilich.
A call to the station quickly reveals that Wesley Freilich is a local high school student. It doesn't seem possible that the team would be harboring a former soldier and potential killer in his home. But police must take every precaution.
At that point, we had our surveillance. We had a helicopter above, thinking Sam was there. We had a perimeter around the house.
There it is. There's Wesley. Have a good night. And we need to check up on SWAT.
At that point, that's when we did what some call a raid.
They extract rattled high school student Wesley Freilich from the basement.
Wesley, we're investigating a murder. What does that have to do with me? We need to see the ATM card that you used to buy those pizzas. How do you know Sam?
He told us the credit card was in his bedroom. At that point, we recovered Sam Herr's credit card.
Got it. So what's up, Wesley? Huh? You having a good time? You enjoying yourself? Because your face is on every ATM camera in town.
I can explain.
Yeah, well, you better. I mean, what business do you have taking cash from other people's accounts?
I didn't know any of this was against the law. He told me it was all legit.
So? Good to hear from you.
He hadn't had contact with a friend of his for several months. And he said, hey, I'm working for a bail bonds company. This guy skipped out on the bail. Do you want a great job?
Hey, what's up?
Wesley is shown what appears to be bail bond paperwork.
I don't get it. You want me to do what?
You load a lot of money by someone. Take this ATM card and withdraw the maximum amount every day.
And do me a favor. What's this? Put this stuff on.
Wesley claims he went along with the plan because he thought it was a legitimate repo operation.
Our belief was that Sam was on the run, he had to eat, and using his debit card was most likely his last option because he probably didn't have any cash with him.
This is all I can get. 400 seems to be the max.
Come on, Wesley. These charges are really starting to pile up. Now, I know you want to make the right choice. What's your friend's name? Talk to us, Wesley. Where's Sam? Come on, Wesley. These charges are really starting to pile up.
Wesley Freilich is in a tough spot. He's already been accused of helping a murderer, and detectives are threatening to slap a lot more charges on him.
Come on. They were trying to charge me with attempted bank fraud and conspiracy of murder or attempted murder or something like that. Talk to us, Wesley. Where's Sam?
What's your friend's name? His name is Dan.
Dan. Dan who?
Dan Wozniak.
Dan Wozniak isn't a stranger to detectives.
Hey, can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
He was the neighbor who claimed to see Sam leave with the man in the black hat.
Sam seemed odd. And I saw him talking with some guy I'd never seen him with before. I didn't get a good look at him. He was dressed all in black.
Wesley went on to tell us that his mom was a community actor and he'd met Dan through his mom.
Dan was well known on the Orange County Community Theater circuit as both a performer and director.
He sort of was like the actual big brother for a couple years to me. I trusted him. I looked up to him.
Detectives are surprised. Wozniak hadn't been on their radar.
We believe Dan Wozniak, he was helping Sam Herr elude us at that point.
I don't get it. You want me to do what? Like I said on the phone, it's very simple. Okay, I'm owed a lot of money from someone. Just take this ATM card and withdraw the maximum amount every day, okay? You don't need to make this complicated.
There's no reason not to trust Dan. But I was doing it a couple days in a row. After that, I kind of had a little bit more questions in my mind. It seemed a little suspicious.
He called me up. I honestly didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Detectives wonder why Dan Wozniak would help Sam lay low after killing Julie.
Dan Wozniak was living with his fiancée, Rachel Buffett, in a first floor apartment 3 levels down from Sam's apartment. They'd only been there a couple months, 2-3 months before this murder occurred.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
Nice to do that.
Oh, that's why I married her right there. That is why I married her.
Rachel Buffett was a student at City of Long Beach College. She was taking acting classes.
Dan Wozniak and his fiance were new to this group of friends. Everyone in this group liked him. They were community theater actors. Everyone we talked to said he was a great actor.
Julie met the outgoing couple when she came over to tutor Sam.
I hate to interrupt the fun, but Rachel and I are putting on an awesome new play, a musical, and we would like you guys all to come see it. Yeah? Yeah? Not everyone's into musicals, I get that, but some moral support is all we're after. Yeah?
His personality was vibrant, to say the least. He was kind of the guy that would make people laugh and smile.
Cheers to that. Yay, good deal. Drink up then. Cheers. What are you two girls talking about over here, huh?
But within weeks of moving in and meeting their new friends, it looked like Dan and Rachel wouldn't be there long.
Dan was a telemarketer. He worked sales, and at that time, he was unemployed.
What is this?
Eviction notice.
Are we that hard up for money already? What are we gonna do?
Relax. Everything's gonna be fine, okay? I'll talk to him. It's gotta be a mistake. Just go ahead.
We're thinking if Dan is the one that has Sam's ATM card, he must be a friend of Sam's who was helping Sam. Or at least Dan knows to a certain degree that he's helping Sam get away with what he's done.
With Dan's looming financial problems, police theorize Sam could be paying him off to keep him quiet. But for now, they keep their cards close to their chests to see what Dan will say next.
Hey, Dan, can you help us out here?
Look, I don't know what else I can help you guys out with. What is this?
It's a list of numbers called from Sam Herr's cell phone. Your cell was the last number that Sam dialed.
Okay. Look, maybe he called me. I don't remember.
As I was talking to Dan, he was nervous, just seemed evasive, which was like, yeah, there's something more. And at that point, I thought, okay, he knows where Sam Herr is.
You wouldn't be hiding him, would you? I mean, you would tell us where he is, right?
Hiding him. Yeah, seriously. Guys, look around if you want. He's not here. Look, I want to help you guys out, okay? I really do. But I'm getting married, and my bachelor party is tonight. So if you guys don't mind.
I thought, okay, this is weird. He has a friend that was just killed and another friend that's possibly on the run. You would think he'd want to help us.
Detectives let Dan go to his party, hoping he'll lead them straight to their prime suspect.
Miss Everett, I'm going to need a trace on the number ASAP.
With the cell phone information, we were able to track him to the city of Seal Beach, to this bachelor party at the restaurant.
Excuse me. I know you're like how it works, how the realize is, right?
When police went in, they were hoping that Dan was actually going to be with Sam.
Dan, stand up.
I can see the blood drain out of his face.
But there's still no sign of Sam Herr.
Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. Enough is enough. Okay? I tried to help Sam. I did, but I'm tired of protecting him. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Dan Wozniak, you're under arrest. An accessory to murder.
What? Me? Why? Are you insane? This is ridiculous.
So at that point, we arrested Dan Wozniak, and we bring him to the police department where he's booked for being an accessory.
Just take a seat, and then we can get started.
Well, look, I'm cooperating, you know. I'll tell you guys everything. I just need to get to my wedding on Friday.
Look, you're not going anywhere soon, so please sit. You said you wanted to talk to us about something?
I'm crazy.
After getting arrested at his own bachelor party, Dan Wozniak says he's ready to stop covering for his friend, Sam Herr.
You said that you wanted to speak with us about something?
At that point, he said Sam had come to him and said, "Hey, I need help."
Sam, what's going on? Everything okay?
I screwed up, Dan. I don't know what to do. Julie's dead.
Dead? What are you talking about? What happened?
You have to help me.
Okay, slow down.
There's no time. I need cash. I need you to go to my bank and withdraw as much money as possible. I'll give you a couple grand towards your wedding.
No way, man. I'm not getting involved in this.
You rat me out, and I'll kill you. Yeah, your fiance? I'll kill her too. You got it?
I got it.
Well, what did you see?
I saw her pants, ripped. I saw, F-U written on the back of her shirt. And I saw 2 gunshots in her head.
That's when Detective Everett thought, wait a minute. When my men were there at the scene, they couldn't tell that there was 2 bullet wounds. We didn't even realize that till the autopsy came back. So how did you know that? And then that's when he started unraveling.
At that point, I knew he was either present when she was shot or he was responsible for shooting Julie.
Dan, this is the handwriting specialist. She's going to need a handwriting sample from you.
Because of the message that was on Julie's back, we decided to do a handwriting exemplar with Dan Wozniak.
Go ahead and copy what it says there.
Is this really necessary?
I thought you said you were going to cooperate.
Sure.
He thought he was the smartest guy in the room. He thought he could charm his way out of this. He thought he could convince the cops that he did nothing other than bank fraud.
When we asked him to write that, he stopped and he hesitated for a good 20 seconds and then ultimately wrote out that message. And we determined his handwriting was very similar to the message on Julie's body.
Okay, Dan, we have a few things to do. Feel free to use the phone if you need to contact anyone.
We have phones in each of our jail cells, and those phone calls are recorded.
Hello?
Rachel.
What's going on? What do you want me to do?
Listen, things aren't looking good for me down here. I need to know if you spoke to my brother.
Yeah, I talked to him.
I said I'm going to the police station right now. Danny's been arrested. He started freaking out. He said that he had evidence. So I have to. No. I was. Don't. You realize you're recording this phone conversation anyways. You're being an absolute ass to try and lie again.
Yeah, I am.
He said he had a murder weapon.
Yeah, he does. Okay, now I'm dead. Now I'm really dead.
Maybe you're already dead.
Daniel knew it was over.
You said you wanted to talk to me, but what's going on?
I'm crazy and I did it.
You did what?
I killed Julie and my kids.
Prime suspect, former soldier Sam Herr, is dead, murdered, like Julie Kabuishi.
Right. Sam came first.
Detectives want the full story of what happened. Dan begins on the Friday night Sam went missing.
I told him that I needed to know some stuff in the theater.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Sam, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good, bud.
You okay?
Yeah. I just need some help upstairs. I moved a box of land. Cool, man. I appreciate this. Come on. Just in the back corner is fine.
Daniel Wozniak shot him, and Sammy turns around and he says, I felt like I got electrocuted, help me. And Daniel Wozniak just reloaded and ended it. I don't know how anybody could do that to somebody else, especially someone that's supposed to be your friend.
Within hours, Daniel Wozniak was on stage with Rachel performing in that musical.
Backstage during the play, Dan used Sam's phone to lure Julie back to Sam's place. Knowing Sam and Julie were never, in fact, romantically involved, Dan used his own words, no sex, to make sure Julie showed up.
Good morning, Dan. Thank you, 5.
After their performance, they went back to their apartment and he carried out the attack and murder of Julie.
We couldn't believe what we were hearing. But what was more surprising is what he did the following day after he killed Sam.
The next morning, Dan retrieved a hammer, a garden saw, and a hatchet. He went back up into the attic and used those items to decapitate and dismember Sam. That was a shock for all the detectives involved.
To dismember his body afterwards, he's a monster.
When you're sitting in front of somebody that has killed 2 people and dismembered one of the bodies, it makes you wonder, how does this person do this?
What was going on in your mind when you were dismembering the body, dismembering Sam's body? I was actually smiling and laughing. Okay. Why do you think you were doing that? It was good. I don't know. Okay, are the body parts there? No. Where are they? The nature center in Oakland Park.
We started our search that afternoon. The nature center was several hundred acres.
Detectives, I think I found something.
We found the remains of a hand, so we knew we were in the right area. Let's keep looking. Ultimately, Friday, we found a portion of his arm located somewhere else, and then Saturday afternoon, we found Sam's head.
It was all just about the way that was it, right? 100%.
Sam had in excess of $60,000.
That money was Sam's life savings, combat pay he'd saved up from his time served in Afghanistan.
He confessed that he killed Sam in an effort to drain Sam's bank account.
Just take this ATM card and withdraw the maximum amount every day.
I trusted Dan and I committed a crime that, if I knew better, then I would have never done.
When did you feel you had to kill Julie? What was the rationale behind that? No, but seriously, to cover up Sam. And so, how would that cover up Sam? To make it look like he was on the run. He was the one that did it. Right. That he was disappeared completely. You never find him. So you assume that he would leave.
Sam?
His plan was to kill Julie and frame Sam for it, who would then appear to be on the run as the prime suspect.
Was there any sort of sexual assault involved here? Nothing. And what was the reason behind pulling your pants down and trying to make it look like it was Sam? So So tell me about what was written on the back of that I wrote on Julie to make it look like Sam did it.
Dan Wozniak ends his interrogation with one last terrifying flourish.
The motive behind killing Sam was money and insanity. Okay.
Dan Wozniak is brought to court to stand trial for the murder of Sam Herr and Julie Kaimuishi.
The jury came back very quickly with a guilty verdict, and then ultimately with a death sentence.
I was completely disgusted that within, a day of the heinous acts that he committed, that not only was he able to go perform in a play, but then go and party and celebrate a bachelor party.
That was their only kid. They're not going to have grandkids. We got a world without Sam now, and it's not right.
Get sick, girl. Julie will always have a special place in my heart, and I know that she's looking out for all of us.
When we have cases like this, you be able to bond with these families, and it's I don't know, it's difficult.